Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Lads Debate. Joined of us is the sharpshooting, your early mate.
Hey.
Okay then, coming in at high noon is Shawnee.
Not exactly high noon when we record, but it's high noon somewhere in the world, damn it.
Oh, may that meme one day die. But yes, we're back with Lads Debate, and we're talking about an episode where, once again, I can see me and John. Yeah, I combined. For some reason, I called Sean John. Like, just off the bat, I get the feeling this might be another heated Sean and Bill debate with this one. But before we get to that, though, let's discuss the previous Lads Debate between Paramount Knuckles versus MCU Drax. Guys, I think we might have our latest one-sided poll. Paramount Knuckles got 92% of the votes.
Damn.
I think regardless, looking at this, I feel like it was going to be a stomp no matter what. Whether we did comic books, video games, or just some other media for Drax, I feel as though Drax was kind of screwed.
It's like, no matter what version of this matchup, it's a stomp in one character's favor or another, but we tried.
Yeah, I think, though, because this is such a highly requested, Lads Debate, is people wanted it, we were kind of joking about it. It was just that, oof, man, Knuckles was destroying. I say that disappointingly, but I love Knuckles. But going over some of our comments from Nova Revenant, still a high name. A high name? Yes, smoking weed. What is wrong with me today? Y'all are forgetting one crucial Drax fact. Knuckles can't see Drax if he's standing still. Which is you know what? I feel as though, Sean, you did miss the trick there. That might have persuaded me.
Well, Mate also brought up how stealthy Knuckles was during the setting up a training arena or something in one night.
Yeah. I will also
somehow he did it in the house while everyone was sleeping. That didn't wake anyone up.
Yeah.
He even kidnapped their postman.
I will also just give a quick shout out as well to Nova Revenant, because he had this little funny dialogue as well underneath it. Knuckles, where's the Master Emerald? Star-Lord, what's the Master Emerald? Drax, why is a Master Emerald? That is something I can imagine Drax saying. From Yang the Insane, honestly, I expected this outcome. Pretty much everyone, Yang. Mate bring out his inner showrunner with his singing. Yeah, that was actually a really good highlight. Great debate, guys. Next time, called it. I don't think I ever did post this when we kind of announced this episode. But yes, if you're on our Discord, people, we did these 3 images that were meant to hint at the next Lads debates. The Ghost and Fire Fist one, that's Yang and versus Tex. And yeah, the high-tech looking gun versus the old school looking gun. Yeah, that was McCree versus Erron Black. I forgot to repost that, say, oh, here's the hints, but oh well. Oopsie on my part.
Oopsie daisy.
From Tarok, Sean, you did reply to this, but I'll still read it. And this was regarding when you mentioned about, what was it again you mentioned? I think something about the commission that we could do, but yeah, this one says, yeah, sure, as long as I see my Sailor Blade money, Sean.
He got paid.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I didn't actually rewatch that Lads Debate episode. What was it that we mentioned that we wanted him to commission again? I'm really annoyed I can't remember.
Blade in a Sailor Moon outfit.
No, I meant
it was when we reviewed Blade Buffy.
No, but there's something we said in the Lads Debate, though, where we said, can we get Tarok to commission something? I'm really pissed off I can't remember what it was. Future Bill, put it on screen. Last comment from I do apologise if I butcher your name. Anthony Lizzie. Again, I'm really sorry if I butchered your name, mate. You guys should do Vox from Has Been Hotel versus Mr. Puzzles from SMG4 in the future Lads Debate. Honestly, if anyone has any Lads Debates they might want to see us tackle someday, even just give our input, come join our Discord, and we have literally a suggestion box where you guys could put suggestions what you want to see for future Lads videos, discussions, Death Battle related, or just Lads debates. I actually am interested in covering Vox from Has Been Hotel. Vox is a really cool character in Has Been Hotel. He has that very... I don't know how to describe him. he's such a petty bitch, but he's also so funny to watch that I would absolutely love to represent him. As for Mr. Puzzles, have any of you seen SMG4? Because I know that
No, I don't even know what it is.
I think it's like some
No.
Mario. Think of it like basically Super Mario 64 abridged. But then it goes a bit wacky and stuff like that. I did know it didn't it finish this year, or was it last year it finished?
So the lore with that is it's kind of like it's kind of how it goes. It's the guy who ran the channel kind of retired from SMG4 because he's the same guy who founded the production company Glitch. You guys know Glitch, right?
Yeah, I remember hearing about it. Like, I think like SMG4 is basically what the Devil Artemis universe is before. Well, the Devil Artemis universe. You've probably seen Devil Artemis Cell versus SMG4 guy. Like, I'm pretty sure.
What the fuck that is.
Yeah,
basically that guy wanted to focus on like Glitch Productions, like finishing up the Amazing Digital Circus and all that, like indie animation stuff. So we kind of stepped back from the main channel he had for like over a decade.
yeah. I've never actually personally watched those videos. I have heard some good things about it, but honestly, it's crazy that you look at, like, just to put on screen what some of the first animation was for that, and then you look at the Amazing Digital Circus. Like, it's really crazy when you see these YouTubers go. Like, look at Markiplier, for instance. He got a freaking movie that managed to beat Donald Trump's wife in the box office. How did we get here?
I was about to say, and now even Jacksepticeye is working on a Bloodborne movie.
Oh my god, I cannot wait for that. Let's go. But anyway, before we talk about more about that, but yeah, people, thank you for your comments. If you want to, send us like more comments, if you want shout outs in the future, just leave them down there and we'll give them a read and we'll probably make fun of them. But of course, listen, we all know why we're here. This has been.
You talk about Wild West, it doesn't get as Wild West as these two. I mean, maybe if we did more Octa Morgan on your channel, but Let's versus Real, you can't tell me otherwise. Hell, the day of recording Overwatch, literally had another animated short go up. Not about Cassidy, but still.
I will be judging you harshly. While Bill is trying to recover from being cancelled, Sean, you go first.
Oh, do.
You have 10 minutes on the clock. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Alright. And go.
Lads, I heard you here looking for a bounty. A bounty on a former Deadlock gang member, currently with the Overwatch after a recall. A man known for his Western style, his hat, and his love of pie at Route 66. I present to you your target, Cole Cassidy. Cole Cassidy is a former Deadlock gang member alongside his current partner Ash, who have a love-hate relationship with each other. It's complicated and a mess. And a former Blackwatch operative. But how did he get here? How did he join Overwatch? And what exactly was Blackwatch even? Well, in his teenage years, he and Ash were basically the first and second in command of said Deadlock gang, pulling off masterful heists. Multiple robberies were done at the hands of the Deadlock gang. And then one day, Cassidy just vanished into thin air almost. And surprisingly, thanks to the newest comic, it broke Ash. He was gone, according to Ash, for over 20 years. 20 years, and she still kept looking for him. Cassidy turned himself in. He felt some kind of guilt, and he felt it was necessary to protect the gang. So Overwatch gave him a chance of redemption. A chance to prove himself in Blackwatch. In order to do such things, they need to take advantage of his skills. And because this is a Wild Western, boys, every cowboy has a big iron on his hip. And oh boy, is the Peacekeeper one beauty of an iron. Loaded with 6 shots, and because this is Overwatch, as we talked about in Soldier 76 vs. Captain Rex, check out that lad's debate. That's extremely fun to look back on. It's unlimited ammo. And thanks to getting a cybernetic arm at the hands of Dr. Moira, he's able to fan the hammer and rapid fire this into a single motion. And in case Cassidy needed a bit more oomph, in case they got closer to him for some dumb reason, They gave him a flashbang, stunning and slowing you down pretty much on the spot, so that he can take advantage and kill you with a quick hand shot, or if you're just learning the character, you just fan the hammer. Ah, that was my bread and butter learning this character. Yes, I was that cheeky person if you were playing Tracer who did this combo to you. It was me, Barry.
Okay, I need to pause the timer. You're bringing up actual trauma for me. Because I am a Tracer main, so f you.
I picked Tracer because she was the main cover girl of the game.
Yeah. Actually, no, who really ruined the games were the Roadhogs. That hook and blam combo,
That's
was the
still
worst,
saying
and-
it in the game.
Yeah, I know, and I also hate how he can survive the pulse bomb. Okay, Reinhardt I get, because he's wearing armor. Roadhog, he's just fat. That makes no sense.
No, Bill, it's fun. Here's how he survives. Oh no, a bomb placed on me, takes a puff. I'm good.
Yeah, resuming timer. Go.
Cassidy's skills in Blackwatch was the long-range specialist. I mean, it makes sense given, well, his other compatriots are mostly Genji, who throw shurikens and deflects projectiles, Reyes, who was a shotgun user, and Moira, who just had fluids exit her hands for healing and damage purposes. So Cassidy was a good fit for a while, until they went to Rialto, where it all went wrong. Instead of capturing the supposed VIP, Reyes just shot him and he fell out of the window. And thus causing a rift between Blackwatch, Reyes, and even Overwatch. Cassidy has also been shown to be quite the sharpshooter as well, being able to shoot cans, shoot grenades out of the air, shoot paper. I think it's paper or something like that, in one of his emotes he can shoot apart. Or in one comic, he actually is able to focus his actually so precisely on a speeding bullet train. And the fastest a bullet train can go in kilometer units is 350 kilometers an hour, which is not fun to try to aim on a moving train that fast. But obviously, there's more to Cassidy than meets the eye, as we are going to be talking about this, because this was brought up after Rex vs. Soldier 76. Perks! Perks were given to Cassidy, or enhancements to his arsenal, as it were. The passive perk for every sharpshooter character is that every critical hit, any movement ability they have has their cooldown reduced. Also, for people who know where double tap root beer comes from, you know.
I get it.
I thought it was fitting. There's also the perk Bang Bang, allowing him to throw multiple flashbangs at once, instead of just the one. Even the odd lets him regen whenever his most deadly ability is active. Roll and Roundup means that while he's rolling, every bullet he reloads, he recovers HP. Don't ask me how that logically works, it just happens. Or how about a 1 silver bullet? As Rango once said, it takes only 1 bullet, and this piercing bullet is so deadly that even a slight nick of it will make you bleed from the inside out. As many of you may be familiar with, Overwatch was eventually disbanded, partly due to the UN and their result of Blackwatch's failure in Rialto, where years later, Winston made a call, and Overwatch came back. Luckily for them, Cassidy was one of the ones to answer the call when they had to head to Toronto in order to recruit back Soldier, also known as Vivian. Town was back with a new boss around, Vendetta, who, plot twist, remember that guy from the Mission Retribution that Rhea shot and killed? Vendetta is his daughter. And well, as her namesake says, she has a vendetta against Overwatch. You see what we did there?
So creative.
So subtle.
And after overthrowing Doomfist and making every Overwatch fan angry that the fight was bullshit, because it was, lazy fucking writing, Vendetta got new crew in town, from the bounty huntress Freya and Emery, who is a bit corrupted inside, not in the evil way, like an evil cybernetic organism takes over his body sometimes, that kind of corrupted. But if Talon is back, they're gonna need everything. Overwatch needs everything they can get. And with a sharp ace like Cassidy, combat like that should be easier. No, especially when you got a guy who's a master thief, can shoot grenades, disarm people with a single shot, and has kept up with the likes of Genji in just speed and even stealth. And if that's not nuts enough for you, it's likely figured that he can take hits from the size of Wrecking Ball. You know, the little hamster in a giant ball that weighs over 750 pounds. Imagine getting hit with that at the speed of Mach 5. And Cassidy's kind of fine, which kind of tracks given the punishment he takes from Bob, Ash's cyborg bodyguard that he's taken apart without using tools of any kind. How? And also the giant mechs from Retribution. Overall, though, Cassidy's one quick sharpshooter, and once that clock strikes high noon, you are already dead. I think I'll end it there.
No, that was pretty good, and I like the slides you've provided.
I tried to be as Western as I possibly can be.
Trust me, let's hope you guys look forward to my slides as well, because I might have taken some inspiration as well.
Oh boy. Well, we'll be seeing them in just a moment. You have 10 minutes on the clock. Are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Alright. And... go.
Gather round, children. I've got a tale to tell you all. About a dictator, a tyrant, a ruthless bastard. From Outworld. He goes by many names, but many fear the one title, Shao Kahn. That sounded more whimsical than horrifying, but I will go with that.
It's Outworld.
Shao Kahn, the conqueror of many realms, he had his sights set on Earthrealm, which, to be honest, in this day and age, he might as well take it. Shao Kahn conquered many realms and merged them into his own outworld, building armies. But of course, he didn't do that through just sheer brute power. He was a sneaky bastard. How did he conquer these armies? By seeking the help of those within their realms. He promised them many things: power, money, and all he required was their undying loyalty. Who was one of these people that took upon such task? Well, they're known as the Black Dragon, a group of mercenaries that seek wealth by any means necessary, weapon trading, smuggling, and a lot of murder. And who was more efficient at killing than the one gunslinger of the group? Erron Black. For the record, you guys can hear the tunes I'm playing at the same time, right?
A bit.
Yeah, I need to pause. Is that you playing, or are you holding up like your phone for a recording?
Yeah, I'm playing the guitar app.
Oh, so mixture of both.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought I'd add a bit of that Western thing, but I'm going to stop it now just to discuss Erron Black. Yes, so Shao Kahn sought the Black
And
Dragon.
resuming.
Oh, sorry. So, Shao Kahn sought out the Black Dragon, a group of mercenaries that sought out, like, taking down and sabotaging Earthrealm's defenders by any means necessary, kidnapping some of their fighters, maybe even killing them. Now, okay, despite canonically, like, within the games, Erron Black is never actually seen, you know, through some loopholes in writing, he was always there. So,
Knock it up for 2-2 on studios with lazy writing today.
Yes. So Erron Black, of course, aiding Kano and Cabal, at least in the original timeline. In the new timeline, Cabal was kind of a good guy now. They would seek to sabotage their opponents by any means necessary. But, plot twist. Raiden saw a vision from the future where he lost, and the only way he saw to win was by sabotaging the tournament his own way and tricking Shao Kahn into winning, and which caused the Elder Gods to intervene and kill Shao Kahn. because why the hell would you wait so many years to play dirty when your opponent is so well known for that? Obviously, though, with Shao Kahn dead, and many of the Black Dragon either split up or, you know, just dead, Erron Black was pretty much in a loss. Now, not much is really known about his origin. We all know he's from Texas. He hated his ma, he hated his dad, he hated his uncle, and they're dead. Did he kill them? We'll never know. But he decided, while being stuck in Outworld, he would kind of just, you know, enjoy it. I mean, it's pretty much his Western story. And you know what? He had the tools to survive in this harsh world. And of course, you can't really have a cowboy without his classic 6-shooter. Encased in gold, or if you are not any of the other abilities, they are different customizations. But of course, surviving in Outworld, he had to deal with like Shokan, giant demons, cartons, one of which he killed and took their freaking blade arms as his own sword. Because how much more hardcore could you get? Dynamite, spike grenades, sand grenades, acid grenades, and bear traps. Which doesn't really make any sense because there are no bears in Outworld, but I suppose there's fair game out there somewhere.
I think a bear trap would still work on a person just as well.
Indeed, and boy, Erron Black, he might have been a bit of a, you know, what was the word they used to describe people that always got their asses kicked in Mortal Kombat chapters? Goobers or something like that?
Jobber?
Jobber, that's it. He might have been a bit of a jobber, but he's had a fair amount of fatalities, such as killing some of the special forces. Now, keep in mind, these special forces aren't like your typical military bunch. They were trained by Sonya Blade, Jax, and Jax has shown that he can almost cause like mini earthquakes and stuff like that, and they regularly trained with those guys. Erron Black just casually kills them like they're just basic everyday stormtroopers. He's defeated Baraka's Tartans, seriously, that's a hard name to say, and he's even killed certain members of the Black Dragon, one of them being Cobra, which, yeah, he's a bit of a jobber as well, but he's almost considered as skilled as like Liu Kang and Johnny Cage, and he just killed him. I mean, it was an off-screen kill, so, you know, keeping up a tradition of lazy writing. And he's even killed a Hummingbird at 50 yards, which is, even to Cabal, that's pretty impressive. And keep in mind, Cabal's a speedster, and even he was like, oh, that's actually quite impressive. And he's even managed to fight off the Kombat Kids. If you don't know what the Kombat Kids make, it's basically like the new kids that were introduced in the newer games. So like Cassie Cage, Takeda, Jax's daughter, pretty much all them. And again, these guys...
Or as I like to call them, the Cringe Club.
They really are the Cringe Club. Erron Black was the only true new best character they added to Mortal Kombat X. Speaking of, though, his origin of his powers is unknown. Like I said, his origin about where he come from is a bit unknown, but we do know he had a deal with Shang Tsung many years ago. He killed an Earthrealm warrior, and he seemed to have gained an immortality sort of spell. Now, this is a bit interesting because it's not quite known what time period Erron Black's from, and you're just going by his ladder ending. It's kind of linked to canon, but it's also set in a non-canon. However, it would explain why he has such an old-fashioned sort of weaponry. I mean, this is the same guy who was part of the Black Dragon, which had way much more advanced weaponry. So, yeah, it's very likely he's very older than he lets on. I mean, he's very mysterious, even with his contractors. And in terms of feats, like I said, he fought off the Kombat Kids, the Cringe Self. He even managed to duel his younger self, because there was whole time travel shenanigans. He even almost killed previous Lads Debate winner, Rain, at one point. And one of the best things he ever done in Mortal Kombat 11, he managed to throw 2 coins in the air, shoot his opponent while they were standing, and then throw his gun at their head. Then the gun ricochets back to him, and then he turns around, shoots 2 guns into said coins in there, and hits the person right in their eyes. That defies all logic, even for Mortal Kombat. He's even managed to defeat Johnny Cage, and he defeated his younger self, like his younger Johnny Cage. But keep in mind, this Johnny Cage managed to defeat Baraka and Reptile, previous Mortal Kombat champions for the Outworld. And yeah, he's so good with his reflexes, he can hit any projectile with his own gun, even Kano's laser beam. His laser beam can literally melt metal. And yet he managed to just, boom, shoot that. And if you're curious at how durable he is, and this is likely due to his powers, he took a full attack from Raiden, literally burning him. And he was just fine. And yeah, like, Erron Black is one tough cookie. But now I hear you ask, where is Erron Black now? Well, some say he died during the battle with Katana's army, the Special Forces, and Kronika. Some say he even bested Kronika himself, took the hourglass, and threw it into the bottomless sea of blood. What was his motivation behind it? Money. He did not see the thrill of being an all-powerful god. To him, all he wanted was money, women, and more money, and women, and loads of guns. In the end of the day, he was a mercenary through and through. He didn't take any sides, aside for the ones that would pay him coins. In the end, if you were to ever meet this gunslinger, you better just hope he finishes you quicker than any of his other fatalities. And that's where I'm ending it.
Alrighty.
And I do hope that my guitar audio did get through, because I was quite proud of that. That was the thing I was looking forward to the most.
I got bits and pieces of it. It'll probably sound better on your end.
It probably will, but hey, you know what? I went for showmanship.
Fair enough. I respect that.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to do the redneck accent for the whole thing, because it's like, one, I think that might be offensive, and two, it just felt right to start off his story like that.
No,
Man,
that's fair.
I would have thought it would have been funny.
Yeah, I was still proud of it, and I hope viewers got to enjoy it as well.
Alright, so, how long do I put on the clock for the debate again?
20 minutes.
Are you two ready?
Yes.
Your shooting irons work,
3,
Sean?
2, 1, draw.
Right then, I just want to get us out of the back, Sean. I think we should save their quick draws for the last 10 minutes. I mean, you know, this is a Cowboys showdown. We've got to end it with, like, who has the better sharpshooter.
Fair.
So, physical feats for these characters. What have you got for good old Cole?
Cassidy's been able to knock out Talon soldiers and even robotic enemies in a single punch.
Don't get me wrong, taking out robots is no small feat.
And he's also been able to throw around other robot characters that can weigh, and I kid you not apparently, 14,000 tons.
I will give you credit. In terms of like just physical stats on its own, like I would definitely say he has Erron Black like definitely in a corner there. However, you've got to remember with Erron Black, he's, you know, he might be a man of honor when it comes to sharpshooter, but he has some, you know, tricks up his sleeve, such as like, I mean, you mentioned the whole robots thing. Yeah, he was participating in the war against Kronika's army, which featured Lin Kuei soldiers that were cybernized. Now, how tough are Lin Kuei? Well, these are the same guys that, when they do their training, they karate chop titanium. That's their standard training routine, karate chopping titanium. So, yeah, Erron Black's capable of fighting against those, even when they're cybernetic, which according to Mortal Kombat lore, doubles their current strength in their human form. So, yeah, I could argue, like, he doesn't exactly match McCree's strength. Or Cassidy's strength, sorry. I'm sorry, don't cancel me again! But
I think I put the disclaimer in his slide, don't mention censored.
I'm sorry! But, you know, he has experience dealing with other opponents that could easily, like, match in terms of strength in a way. And even to Cartons, like, they also have training where they smash in, like, concrete, metal. I mean, hell, Baraka's capable of biting through metal. So it's like, yeah, he definitely has experience fighting opponents that are potentially physically stronger than him.
Well, when it comes to, if you're talking durability-wise, what if I told you I did math and, surprisingly, Cassidy beat?
Sorry, say again.
I have numbers, bitches!
I will admit that might be the one thing I'm lacking.
So let's talk about the whole titanium statue from the Test Your Might video game. In Sub-Zero vs. Glacius, they were able to calculate that was around 63,000 pounds per square inch, and taking Bill's logic of the Cyberlin Quay into account, even though for some reason my mind thought they were on the same side of the war for some reason.
No, it's confusing. So, like, when Chronica, he got Sector to basically work for him, and then when Sector got destroyed, it then went on to, what was her name again? The Ice Frost. And then, yeah, when she was defeated, then the other robots were defeated as well. Cyborgs. It's confusing. MK11's confusing.
So that would mean that, by that logic, we were at 126,000 pounds per square inch, right?
Yeah.
But remember how Cassidy can take hits from the likes of Wrecking Ball, who can hit at Mach 5? By taking the amount of maximum height you can do in the practice range and how many hits it takes to actually kill Cassidy. I did the math for this. I did my homework. This would put Cassidy's durability at minimum 600,000 PSI per square inch.
Don't get me wrong, like...
Nearly 6 times Erron Black's best.
Well, funny enough you should say that, because I decided to look into another powerhouse in the Mortal Kombat universe, Raiden and Shao Kahn. In one of their battles, their power was so strong, like, it actually shook Earthrealm, basically Earth. And this was also coming by with not Liu Kang, that's a different Thunder God in a way. Yeah, Raiden, when he uses his electricity, he tends to hold back when he's fighting mortals, because last time he didn't use it. Yeah, but during the Mortal Kombat comic book run after Mortal Kombat, I believe it was either after Mortal Kombat X or Mortal Kombat 9, I could be wrong.
It was MKX.
Yeah, so it was that. So, yeah, Havoc. Yeah, Havoc made a little appearance where he decided to use a bit of his blood magic to, I don't know, corrupt some of the Earthrealmers and Outworlders such as Kotal Khan, which we already said, like, can shoot freaking sunlight beams. And, yeah, Raiden was also one of those, and he hit Erron Black with his, like, power, which shook the room they were in. Raiden was not holding back. Just using a fraction of what he does can fully disintegrate someone. And Erron Black just had burnt marks all over him. And even keep in mind, even just, like, the power between Shao Kahn and Raiden, just them blowing fists with one another was shaking Earthrealm. Now, I did want to double check. I was like, wait, when it said Earthrealm, does it literally mean the universe? No, I did look it up. I'll even put it on screen. No, it just means the Earth. So that might have been a typo. So, because otherwise, if Raiden was this powerful, how the hell did he lose to Shao Kahn?
Lazy writing.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat and their lazy writing. One moment, Noob Saibot's getting his ass kicked by Scorpion, and then he kills God universe creating Havoc. Mortal Kombat's inconsistent writing. We love it.
Yeah, and I feel like that's probably why Erron doesn't scale fully to stuff like that. Even then, you want to talk about people who could disintegrate people with a single attack. You remember that new guy, Emery, who's corrupted by this cybernetic organism he has?
Yeah.
Yeah, full blast of Emery's ultimate attack can disintegrate not just people, but Omnics, who are made of solid metal.
Yeah, and you know,
Cassidy can take him on head on.
Well, fair enough you wanted to bring that up. So let's talk about some of their little wee gadgets before we get to, like, obviously their main weaponry. Yeah, like, let's talk about Erron Black's acid. As we've seen, it can melt you to a puddle. Like, okay, now to keep in mind, acid isn't just an instant melt sort of thing, depending on the size of a puddle. Like, as it is to say, I did actually look this up, how long it would take. To fully disintegrate a human, that could take just a matter of minutes. So, like,
I mean, even as shown, Erron Black would need to weaken a foe in order to do that.
Well, fatalities are kind of like you finishing off the opponents. Like, when you actually see them using them, like, in scripted events, yeah, like, a lot of the weaponry can, like, almost insta-kill a lot of characters. I mean, look at freaking Quan Chi against Scorpion. He got his head immediately cut off, like, when you could argue He could have just done that from the get-go if they were really fine, but where's the fun in the gameplay of that? So,
That would just become a QuickTime event game.
pretty much, which funny enough that...
Which MKX actually does have QuickTime events.
It actually does, yeah, funny enough, that's what... I mean...
No, but my point is, if we just stuck with that, then it would take the fighting out of the fighting game.
That is true. But, the reason I bring up the whole acid thing, like, it takes a matter of minutes to melt, like, fully person, even down to the bone, which I don't actually think you can fully melt the bone of a person with acid. I guess it depends on, like, the acid you use. Well, Erron Black's acid can melt someone in a second. Literally, the moment this makes contact with you, it's just, you're vaporized. Even down to cybernetic characters. Now, in terms of how tough, like, these cyberlinque are, well, supposedly, you know, enough of Cyrax's bombs can in fact destroy the planet. Now, I will admit, Cyrax's fatality is a little bit cartoonish.
Dubious?
Yeah. However, it is canon that enough of these bombs can level buildings, and yet Erron Black could just walk these off. It comes down to, thanks to, you know, the abilities he gained from Shang Tsung, like, he gained, like, basic... How to describe it? His time in Outworld, and thanks to Shang Tsung's, like, payment with granting immortality, he's able to resist, like, recover, like, having his bones shattered, his head caved in, and even his organs just stabbed. Obviously, these are still relatively human characters. You hit, you damage them enough times, and then you'll be hit with the finish him. So, yeah, it's kind of dubious to say, like, I don't think Cole is surviving even just one of these acid bombs hitting him in the face. Like, he doesn't have any shields over his face or anything like that. Like, unlike Soldier 76, who actually wore, like, a bit more better armor than he did.
I think when it comes to, like, bombs especially, like, not only can Erron Black kind of blind people, I think it counts giving him his old magnetic grenades that Overwatch removed because people wanted it to be nerfed.
I just realised we got two characters that the community was begging to be nerfed. I didn't even realise that until now.
Welcome to competitive gaming. These grenades.
Okay, does that mean when one of them gets nerfed, we have to redo this?
Oh God, could you imagine that? Like...
My guy got nerfed. Do it again.
Do it again.
No, watch. We put this out. They get nerfed. Then this gets announced as the next death battle.
Oh God.
Hey, let's be honest though. This would be a really sick death battle.
It would be, but we're doing a lads debate now, where we can be little bitches about our characters.
Oh, also those grenades are also magnetic, and oh boy, what are Erron's guns made out of?
Don't get me wrong, that might pose a bit of a problem. I had a feeling you were going to throw magnetic stuff. But guess what? Erron Black's physical strength, yeah, he might not be able to shatter titanium like a normal person, but he can actually grip someone hard enough where he could just shatter their bones. And look, I don't know how strong these magnets are. They're not disarming Erron Black. In fact, even other characters have said disarming Erron is almost impossible. And plus, what's stopping him from just simply shooting the grenade? Because, not like I mentioned, we'll save the quick shots like later on. We're just focusing on like their other stuff. I will.
Yeah, I've just over 8 minutes left, by the way.
Yeah, I will give you this. Yes, physical strength I would definitely give to Cole, but you've got to give hand-to-hand combat to Erron Black. Like, he deals with so many. I would argue he's a better hand-to-hand fighter. He fought off the 4 combat kids, one of whom who defeated Shinnok. Like, keep that in mind.
Because she had powers meant specifically to harm Elder Gods.
You say that, however, she can still enhance her own strength, which got confirmed in comic books and stuff like that. So, physically, she's still able to, like, karate. I mean, even her fatality, she's capable of, like, puncturing her hand through someone's torso to do a little love heart shape. By the way, still one of my favourite fatalities from 11. Like, yeah, Erron Black's capable of competing with that and even, like, disarming her and stuff. And hell, Johnny Cage as well. He defeated Baraka and Reptile, and he managed to quick shot him before Johnny could even react. It's like, yeah, Erron Black, and plus, the Katatan sword, like, he could, like, stab through metal with that. He could, like, take down a Shokan with that, which we already know how powerful Goro is. So it's like, yeah, he can kill one of those guys. Yeah,
It just really sucks that the blades are flimsy as hell.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
really?
not...
They're like Attack on Titan swords.
Sure, but he has a lot of them. He's killed a lot of Tarkatans. Hell, even during the story mode, he casually shoots one that is sneaking up behind him and one that tried to charge tackle him.
Well, Cassidy has kept up with people who are as military trained as the Special Forces, if not more so. And even the likes of, Genji Shimada, the cybernetic ninja assassin, he's kept up and surpassed Genji in both stealth and speed and even the hand.
Yeah, I'm not doubting,
So if anything, they're even.
Nah. Keep in mind, Erron has dealt with probably... His whole life is fighting, these super-powered characters that are capable of matching these godlike characters. And, again, he could easily, punch off your head, he could shatter your arm and stuff like that with just his brute force alone. Hell, his bear trap is capable of tearing off your torso, and then he shoves the gun into you and blows your head clean off. I mean, granted, the gun's doing the blowing the head off, but the fact that the bear trap could literally grip onto a torso and he could just yank pretty much your torso off, there's a lot of strength behind that.
That's actually just because of basic science, how bear traps work. They have a pressure plate in the middle, and because the middle of the pressure plate is hitting a torso, that's what causes it to close. So that's just basic science.
Do you think Mortal Kombat went with basic science? But anyway,
yes, actually.
Mate, how much time did you say was left on the timer, actually?
5 minutes 40.
Right then, that's a good time to finally talk about their handguns. Erron easily cancels out Cole's attacks.
Well, if he's fast enough, which, oh boy, what do you know? He's not.
I would actually argue he is faster. But let's hear your
Considering
case.
he lost to Kung Jin, a guy who uses bows and arrows, he lost.
Again, mentioning the whole inconsistency with these sort of characters, and let's talk about with his quick shot. Kano, who literally has a f***ing laser for an eye, if you would, he has basically a gun parry in the game. Now, I could easily bring up Rambo with his machine guns, but he's not canon to the Mortal Kombat story, so that's a bit flimsy. But, to be honest, it wouldn't matter, because, hey, guess what? Cabal, he could counter him, and Cabal's a speedster. Kano's freaking laser eye? Yeah, he can counter that with his gun. And heck, even just talk about his trick shots. He can fire a bullet which has your name engraved onto it, hit you in the hip, which ricochets up to your shoulder, which then hits your jaw. I'm sorry, I don't know anything that Cole's done. He does not have those crazy trick shots.
I'm gonna pause.
Yes.
Are you saying the bullet ricochets off the bone and keeps going through the body?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a really sick X-ray. It's like the best in MKX.
And it even has your name on it, of the person that he's shooting at. In fact, for the Predator, it just has ugly motherfucker.
And if it's a mirror match, it just says me.
Yeah. Seriously, Erron Black, I don't care, regardless of, he was a jobber in the game, the fact that that's his X-ray, just come on.
That.
I'm going to put it on screen for people who've not played Mortal Kombat 10 yet. Just behold this X-ray. It's beautiful. Anyway, I'll continue with the whole
unlike
trick.
the ugly mofo you probably had him shoot.
Anyway, I'll wait for mate to resume timer, and then I'll finish up the trick shot for Erron Black.
Alright, and resume.
Yeah, as I was saying, that trick shot's good enough, but like I mentioned when we were doing the pre-analysis, he managed to shoot someone after his coins were thrown in the air while they were still falling, and then shoot those said coins, deflecting off them to then hit someone in the eye. As far as I know, even from his short, which, by the way, is a really good Overwatch short, I will give it that, he doesn't have a crazy trick shot like that.
He's able to shoot grenades inside the air, and once he got locked on by a sniper, the sniper was about to shoot, he's like, bang, you're dead, through the sniper scope.
Again, I'm not disputing that's not a cool shot, but a bullet versus a laser, I'm sorry, but the fact that Erron Black can literally just deflect bullets, laser beams, and I never actually tested it, I probably should have. He could potentially deflect Kotal's something. I might look that up actually, so I won't give him that. But yeah, the fact that he can counter pretty much any projectile with his own trick shots, And even mid-battle, just trick shot himself. Like, I'm sorry, he just needs to shoot a bullet behind Cole and it will get him in the back of the head. Like, you can still kill Cole with a bullet.
Well, that would be impressive if he was fast enough. And oh boy, is he not.
Alright, go ahead, I will listen.
So the Kano laser, I think, might sound impressive at first, but that takes about, I would say, a second or so in order for it to actually come out of Kano if we go by gameplay aspect, like you do. Cassidy, both in gameplay and lore, can beat that. Starting off with gameplay, assuming that this is a dragged-out fight, as it probably will be, thanks to his ability Deadeye, he could just instantly kill Erron in half a second. Or, if we believe the words of Ana, Overwatch's best sniper, he can kill people in the blink of an eye, which is a tenth of a second, which is consistent with the light-speeding blocking laser we covered in Nora versus Reinhardt. Because it took Reinhardt a tenth of a second to block that laser.
Yeah, gameplay-wise, I'm sorry to bust your bubble. No, Kano can just instantly shoot these. In fact, to do the gun parry is such a bitch to do. Like,
I'm also not really... I'm a little iffy on using gameplay to justify stuff at times.
That was lore.
Like,
tenth of a second argument.
Yeah, like, I mean, to be fair, gameplay is like the best suit for these sort of characters anyway. But even in terms of the endurance, though, like, oh boy, you managed to shoot Erron Black. This guy's had his arm chopped off in a parallel universe, which is apparently meant to be the same Erron Black of different timeline. It's confusing. Kano, thank you very much.
Parallel universes are always confusing. Let's not beat around that bush.
Thank you, MK11. But even then...
I'm getting the multiversal headache.
Even in his combat, keep in mind, he was disemboweled, left to bleed to death, and he was fine. He's been zapped by Raiden's electricity, which can vaporize you, and he was fine. A bullet is not going to easily kill him. And like I said,
a bullet from Deadeye can.
I just feel
that thing is instant death. No matter what you're wearing. Heavy armor, you're dead. Diva's mech, instantly destroyed.
I would still argue his trick shots and the way he fights. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
A holographic light copy from Echo, who we saved, instantly gone with one bullet.
I still feel as though how Erron and McCree fight is like, Erron's very dirty with his trick shots, whereas McCree, I feel as though he's very more blunt when he shoots at people, so that's why I just feel as though Erron's going to win with just his trick shots alone. Especially with his traps, weaponry, and I feel as though he's definitely stronger. Actually, no. Cole's stronger, but Erron's definitely got the combat experience to honestly match him. How much time do we have left?
About 20 seconds.
I thought we were going to have our 1 minute debate. Should we just quickly add those?
Tell you what, you want me to cancel this and then just let you do your ending?
Yeah, we'll just do that because it only feels right.
Alright. John, are you ready to give your final 1 minute statement on why I think Cole wins?
Yes, sir.
And go.
Cassidy is going to do a quick draw and end Erron as soon as he can. He is not only physically stronger, he's taking hits that Erron Black cannot compare to, as we talked about. Even if you want to say Raiden could disintegrate people, and Ray can literally do the same thing and Cassidy speed him and taking his attacks. I also believe that Erron Black is not as quick on the quick draw, which is the main factor to winning this Wild West debate. Overall, son, you were already dead, and it's high noon. Time to retire, Erron, like the little bitch you are.
How dare you?
Why do you think he wasn't brought back?
You had 20 seconds left, by the way.
I'm good. Go ahead, Bill.
You are a dick face.
Alright, Bill, you ready?
I am ready, sunshine.
And go.
Listen, I'm sorry to say this about Cole with his freaking, scruffy beard and stuff like that. Sure, I could definitely buy that he's physically stronger. That's all I could give him. His quick draw, I would not argue is faster than Erron Black. We've seen consistently in canon and even in gameplay that he can match those who can move at light speed. Even Cabal, who is a speedster who has moved at the speed of light, has actually said Erron's actually impressive. Kano's laser beam can't even touch him because he can shoot it. What's stopping from him just shooting all the bullets out of the air when Cole shoots? At the end of the day, like, Erron's just going to deflect those, have his trick shot hit him in the hip, which goes right into his face. So, I'm sorry to say this, Sean, but Overwatch, you know what? You did a good fight, but at the end of the day, you're meeting the Black Dragon's most deadliest marksman in all of Outworld. Fatality.
Bang on a minute.
Man, like, does that mean Death Battle really underestimated Mortal Kombat speed? Because they literally put Cabal at, like, machine gun speed.
I know, that was so insulting. I was like, bitch? What do you mean? But, yeah, so, mate, it's down to you to decide the winner.
Okay. So, from the sounds of it, I would say, like, okay, both of them have their inconsistencies, so, you know, relying on that, I don't know, you could say, oh, like, Cassidy has this thing that, like, lowers him down, but so does Erron Black, so, yeah, you could just make the argument either way, so, and it sounds like Cassidy is physically stronger, like he would win in an arm wrestling contest. But given the scope of Black's competition and just the insane variety of people he's fought, including gods, then it stands to reason that he could at least deal with it, especially given like how he's like more experienced. Arsenal-wise, they both have stuff that can, like, you know, stun their enemy and give them an opening, like Cassidy with his flashbang and Black with his, like, acid grenade and all that stuff. So, while Black has the more varied arsenal, like, both can get an opening and instantly kill the other, so it all comes down to speed. And yeah, the fact that he can shoot a laser out of the air, I think I'm gonna have to give this to Erron Black.
Oh, holy shit. I am upset.
That was in tune with the Mortal Kombat theme. You will not believe how long my finger was dangling over that. Yes. Oh, no. Phone. Close the goddamn app. I'm done. I've done my bit. Yeah, I had a feeling the quick shot was going to be the nail in the coffin. But good debate, Sean. You know what? I was happy that we could finally do this debate.
I am like Salty Fish. Only the first half of his name.
Do you know what, man? You and I are in the same boat right now. I've not given, like, any of my Resident Evil characters a win, and you've not gotten any Overwatch character a win yet. So, you know what? We're both in the same boat. But Mortal Kombat has gained another win, like, Jesus Christ. Like, I'll be honest, I was moments I was kind of sweating when you were mentioning it, because I was going into this that Erron was stronger, but then you brought up, like, the robots and stuff like that. I was like, ooh, like, yeah, maybe, maybe Erron's not winning, like, a strength competition.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, this fight was ultimately going to come down to a quick draw, so, you know, whoever had the, like, better speed feats was, you know, going to prevail.
Yeah. Good debate, Sean. Again, I think we had our second most passionate debate. So, yeah, that is Cole Cassidy versus Erron Black. We were really excited about debating this. Sean, did you have a good time?
Whack.
I'll take that as a maybe.
I also hate the heat. It's 90 today.
Yeah, it's actually pretty hot in my room right now. I forgot to turn on my tower fan. I'm just going to turn it on right now as we have a little while to talk about this. Yeah, like, I feel like at the end of the day, though, the best way to look at this, you know what? These two are such cool characters, despite the very little screen time, well, at least at the time, little screen time that they actually had on the Overwatch grounds. And here's hoping, well, I mean, Cole's already had something new. Here's hoping Erron Black will get brought back into the next Mortal Kombat game, because yeah, he definitely deserves another run back. Maybe he can actually have a chapter dedicated to him and not just result into being a jobber for the main character in the chapter. Hell, if Baraka could get a chapter, why not Erron Black? But, of course, we're about to announce our next Lads debate, which is actually going to be our first guest versus guest episode, actually. And we won't announce the people yet. We'll probably save that until later on, or maybe if you join our Discord. But we are doing Alucard from Hellsing versus Alex Mercer from Prototype.
I'm pretty sure this was requested after Cole versus Alex, because we jokingly said, does that mean based off this death battle, Alex might win? We don't know!
Yeah. And honestly, the theme behind it is blood. Right, these two are very well known in blood.
Blood and
Bloodsuckers.
insane regen.
That and insane regen. So, yeah, we're going to have the angsty virus versus...
And eating people.
Indeed. Yeah, so we're going to have the angsty Alex Mercer versus the... I wouldn't say angsty for Alucard, but he's definitely... I'll say the smooth Alucard. But yeah, we're having two guests debate this. Me, Mate, and Sean are going to be judges. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that. And hey, it'll actually be nice to not do some research for once on the next Lads debate side. We just have to basically hear their arguments.
Is it weird? I'm imagining it like Britain's Got Talent.
I
And
was-
we all have those like, buzzers.
I was
And if we're
literally,
not satisfied with their showmanship.
I was literally thinking the same thing when about to announce this episode. I was thinking, is this? Well, I was thinking more X Factor. Sean doesn't even know what the hell we're talking about.
Oh, that's the show I saw Simon Cowell go on to after he left American Idol.
Fair enough. Maybe he is a cultured man after all, British culture.
I've watched The Chase, because that's actually entertaining.
Air Chase is pretty good. But yeah, so that's going to be our next Lads debate. And of course, if you want to make thumbnails for it, then why not join our Discord server and get involved? And hey, if you have any Lads Death Battle Lads debates you want to suggest to us, then there's a suggestion box. With all that said and done, Sean, you done good, partner. You done good.
I'm a pillar of salt.
I have yet to be salty. Just ignore Adam versus Nemesis. Just ignore Adam versus Nemesis. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this Lads debate. And do you agree that Erron Black should win? Do you believe Cole Cassidy should win? I nearly said the other one. I stopped myself. You're not cancelling me a third time. But yeah, what do you think about this one? Do you agree with the result or do you disagree? Be sure to hop onto the poll and select your winner. And who knows, that might cheer Sean up a little bit if McCree... No, I did it again!
Steve, send him the cancellation.
Wait!